And a big day in Detroit as crews break ground on the new $650 million hockey arena and entertainment complex. It's a mix of private and public investment, and construction is expected to take 3 years. Is everyone sold on this project, especially the public investment part of it, Stephen?
I'm not sold on the public investment, and we have said several times at the Free Press, and I wrote a column lamenting the fact that you don't even have a community benefits agreement in place with this arena, which is completely unheard of. I mean, you look around the country when people build these arenas, that's just a staple. The Ilitches are committing to lots of things that they say they want to do in terms of hiring and helping out Detroit generally, but they're not bound to it, and I think that's the real catch. I'm not a big fan of stadiums as development. I think we have 2 stadiums downtown that have not delivered on the development they promised. They have changed the areas that they're in, but there were supposed to be condos and stuff all over the place.
Steve, this is a different approach, and one of the reasons I like this project, I'm not crazy about the public investment either, but one of the reasons I like this project is it's not, we're going to build it and hope that other development,
right.
They're building the other developments simultaneously. That's a really different approach than we've seen anywhere. I believe the Ilitches are committed to finishing this whole project. I think it's a good value for Detroit. I don't like the $12 million a year that a strapped city and school district are having to cough up, especially when you consider that the Ilitches will pay $12 million for an ineffective relief pitcher a year. And it seems that stressing, that if you can do that, you could have carried the whole weight. And I think the goodwill they would have generated would have been more than worth that $12 million a year.
Does that factor into it, the goodwill? Because eventually you have to have people that will come down and support this complex and want to live in the areas that they're going to be building up around it.
Well, I mean, I think they would have, if they do what's on the boards, it's very impressive. I mean, it's a very comprehensive vision. It's not just an arena.
And it also plugs a hole between a place that has been developed and Midtown, which is being developed highly as well.
So if it comes together the way they are proposing, I think people will be all about it. I mean,
there's a market demand for it right now because they're very smartly offering housing in a variety of price points. Housing's getting very scarce downtown.
It's getting tougher downtown.
Big office space, big blocks of office space getting tougher to find. So, there's a market demand for this. This is different than sort of the casino projects when they said build 1,200 hotel rooms that we don't need.
Right.
This is a different sort of project.
Yeah, I mean, I think people will respond. I mean, fans and people who are looking for entertainment. But the question is always still, what is the overall benefit to the city for its public investment here? And that's the challenge to government. That is government's role, is to figure out how to translate that to these blocks of the city that are blighted and where people are just desperately waiting for something better in terms of services and things. And we have not seen city government able to make that translation so far.
It could grow the city's tax base if it brings new residents in and new workers in. And I think the residential aspect of this is key for the city realizing its
investment.
That,
that's right. Yeah.
All right, well, breaking ground today. Our thanks so much to Stephen and Nolan. Guys, we'll see you next week, and that is going to do it for MiWeek. Thanks for joining us. We are at MiWeek.org. You can find any shows that you missed. For all of us at Detroit Public TV, I'm Christy McDonald. We will see you next week for MiWeek. Take care.